Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Trinity Christian Academy, the home of the Conquerors. And tonight, we have a good one in store for you as one of our biggest rivals of all, the Eagles from the Episcopal School of Jacksonville, are here in a district competition. The Eagles fans are loud and proud. We saw a very exciting JV match just a little while ago. The Conquerors won it 2-1, 25-15. 20-25 and 15-11. The varsity matchup, as you see, just about to begin here at Trinity Gymnasium. I'm Ray's Sports Bureau, and my son Dean is back on camera for you here this evening as the Conquerors are ready to take on the Episcopal Eagles. First, however, we're going to have Pastor Joel Milligan, our head youth pastor here, lead us in our opening prayer.
Trinity Conquerors. Before the starting lineups, I'd like to recognize Chris Parson. He is here with the Believe Foundation and his daughter Carolina. If you look around, this is gold night here at Trinity because September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And I'd like to invite Chris to share a little bit about Carolina's story and the Believe Foundation. If you give it up for Chris and the Believe Foundation.
Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to say thank you to everybody that had a part in organizing this and planning it. I know there's been a lot of effort that has put into it. As he said, my name is Chris Parson. My wife Tabitha is over here at our table. And this is our daughter Carolina. In February of 2014, Carolina was diagnosed with a cancerous brain tumor. She had an 11.5-hour brain surgery to remove the tumor. She had 6 weeks of proton radiation and 7 months of chemotherapy. And we are happy to report that she is 8 years cancer-free. So many different people that have come on this journey with us. We've never been alone through any of it. When Carolina woke up from brain surgery, I had to explain to a 7-year-old what had happened, what the doctor was telling us. And as I explained everything and tried to make it make sense to her, she kind of threw me for a loop a little bit. She asked me a question that really changed my whole perspective on the entire situation and really the trajectory of my life that we've been on here lately over these last 8 years. She looked at me and said, "Daddy, why did God choose me to have a brain tumor?" And I had never really thought of it that way. I mean, obviously, having a brain tumor, having cancer diagnosis, that's nothing that you can really prepare for. That's nothing you plan for. And it's a really bad thing. I've never really thought of it that the God that we serve, the God that we believe is in control of all things, will just allow my little 7-year-old little girl to have a brain tumor. What good could possibly come from this? And as I explained to her that I don't know why he chose you, but we do know that he is good, and we're just going to have to pray, and we're just going to have to trust that he does know best. So now as we fast forward, in 2016, one of the whys God chose Carolina was he laid on our heart to start the Believe Foundation to walk the journey of childhood cancer with other families. Every 3 days, Moore's college student Moore's tells us every 3 days a new family hears words, your child has cancer. And again, it's nothing can prepare you for being taken to a little room, something being told
Roberson out at center court. Mari, as a 10th grader here at Trinity in her varsity career, has now gone over 1,000 kills. Awesome. Congratulations, Mari. Everyone, please stand for the national anthem. First, I'll pray, and then we'll have the national anthem. Let's pray together. God, we thank you so much for the testimony we heard from Chris and the Believe Foundation, and hopefully, God, that was an encouragement and a hope for someone in the gym tonight. We know you are sovereign, you're over everything, and we trust you in all things. I pray that you be with this game, that you be with each athlete on the court, that God, you would protect them, and that everything we do or say tonight brings honor and glory to you. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Tonight's lineup for the Episcopal Eagles. Number 3, Olivia Wells. Number 4, Ella France. Number 5, Lily Reed. Number 6, Blair Baldwin. Number 7, Elle Steiger. Number 8, Addison Nunley. Number 10, Natalie Doe. Number 11, Chloe Selmer. Number 12, Emery Nelson. Number 13, Anna Connors. Number 14, Catherine Allman. Number 15, Kaylin Chesser. Number 16, Grace Hughes. Number 17, Reese Edwards. And number 18, Kate Adams. And now the lineup for your Trinity Conquerors. Number 1, Alyssa Cruz. Number 2, Maggie Gracione. Number 3, Michaela Markham. Number 4, Avery Haney. Number 5, Allie Haney. Number 7, Taylor Graham. Number 8, Hadley Dantzler. Number 9, Ariel Ross. Number 10, Darcy Cruz. Number 11, Taylor Tiemann. Number 18, Kelsey Flowers. And number 23, Amari King. Trinity Christian is coached by Emma Robertson. And the Episcopal Eagles coached by Philippa Marks.
Thank you, Joel Milligan, and welcome back. And we are ready for the first serve between the Eagles and the Conquerors. I'm Ray Sports Bureau bringing you the action here on our YouTube channel, TCA Conquerors Athletics. Joel, of course, my broadcast partner for TCA Conquerors Varsity Football. And we have a good one this coming Friday night. The Bulls Bulldogs are here at Trinity Conquerors Stadium. And a battle of Jacksonville powerhouses this Friday night. Kickoff at 7:30. Joel, James Ivey, and I will be on at 7:15 on our audio channel MixLR, Trinity Christian Academy at tcajacks.mixlr.com. So tune in at 7:15 for the Conquerors against the Bulls Bulldogs. Conquerors undefeated in varsity football. Conquerors undefeated in varsity volleyball as well. 9 wins, no losses. They're coming off their Tournament of Champions championship on September 2nd and 3rd. They played 14 sets in that tournament and lost only 2 of them. Meanwhile, the Eagles of Episcopal are 5-5. No district record. This is a district matchup, the first for each team here tonight. Eagles went 3-2 at the Jensen Beach tournament this past weekend, finishing first in the silver bracket, led by head coach Philippa Marks and the Conquerors, first-year head coach Emma Roberson, and we are underway. Kelsey Flowers doing the serving to get things started off for Trinity Christian on the left side of the court. That's Amaria King. You saw Joel say that she went over 1,000 kills. She comes into tonight's play with 105 kills in 9 matches. 1-0 Conquerors. Kelsey Flowers now serving once again. That one chased down and kept in bounds by Kate Adams, but the Conquerors get the point. Kelsey Flowers comes into tonight's play with 8 aces, but she's good at getting the ball over the net, keeping the ball in play, and that is Flowers serving once again. Kelsey Flowers, a junior here at Trinity Christian Academy. This one's set up for Avery Haney, and Avery makes the kill and the point for the Conquerors. Check that. Allie Haney wears number 5, Avery number 4. Yes, they are identical twins. And Flowers, this one into the net. The first point on the board for the Episcopal Eagles. It is 3-1. In case you're just now joining us, you haven't missed much. We had 3 very exciting matches already. Episcopal won both middle school games earlier today. Trinity Christian won the JV matchup 2-1. Set number 1 here in the varsity match. And Eagles with the serve, trying to catch up, but Amaria King with the kill. And the Conquerors lead 4-1. The libero, Taylor Tiemann, a transfer in from Ridgeview High School, if I'm remembering correctly. Ridgeview was one of Trinity Christian's victories earlier this season. I believe they came back from a 2-0 deficit to win that match 3-2. Tell you whom the Conquerors have defeated as we get an opportunity in just a little bit. 9 wins, no losses. Allie Haney with the hit to the back of the net. This one's set up for Haney again. The kill attempt off the fingertips of Kaylin Chesser, and a point for the Conquerors. Trinity defeated Bowles 3-1, Providence 3-0, Vero Beach 2-0 in the tournament. Carrollton School of the Sacred Heart 2-0, 5A 2-0, Palmetto 2-1, Buchholz 2-0, Lyman 2-0, and Ridgeview 3-2. And a double team at the net, King and Hadley Dantzler, and a point for the Conquerors. Coach Marks pleading the case that that ball landed out of bounds, but the Conquerors get the call. It is 6-1. Taylor Tiemann, a junior, ready to serve her first year here at Trinity Christian Academy, and the point for the Conquerors. Tiemann in serving has 17 aces entering play tonight. She and the Conquerors lead 7-1. And a good low line drive serve kept off the floor, and a great play by the libero Ellie Steiger. And that one a little too strong off Dantzler and out of bounds. And 7-2. Shout out to the athletic director of the Episcopal School of Jacksonville, Mr. Andy Kidd. Told me he's going to be watching tonight's JV and varsity action, unable to make it here in person. Here's King with the kill attempt and a block up front. Great job by the front line. And once again, that is Grace Huey. She teamed up with Adams a moment ago to block that kill attempt from King. That one wide to the right. Huey with the attempt. And the Conquerors get the point. 8-2, Trinity Christian leads. 6-point lead. Emma Roberson was an assistant coach under Crystal Dow last year. Roberson taking over as the varsity head coach. Coach Dow is still the head of Conquerors Volleyball. She and her husband expecting their first child not too far away from now. And a tap blocked by Dantzler. Flowers drops to her knees, keeps this one off the floor. King's kill inbounds, and the Conquerors get the point. Timeout for Episcopal with the score 9-2 in favor of the Conquerors. Episcopal has played 10 matches, a record of 5 wins and 5 losses on the season. They've played some very good competition. They defeated Nice 3-1, lost 3-0 to Ridgeview, defeated Mandarin 3-2. Then they had to deal with both Bartram Trail and Creekside, one of the very best in the state. Both of those were 3-0 losses. Episcopal came back with a 2-0 win against Key West at that Jensen Beach tournament. Fell to Huntsville and Jensen Beach. Finished with 2 consecutive wins, 2-1 over Martin County and 2-0 over Merritt Island. So you're up to date in case you missed any of the action early in this season between the Conquerors opponents and the Episcopal Eagles opponents. That's Michaela Markham with the serve after the Conquerors got the point a moment ago, leading 9-2. And Dantzler has that one dug off the court. Blair Baldwin with a terrific play on the defense, and the Conquerors end up with the point. Tough luck as that ball was tipped and just found some open court, and the Conquerors are off to a 10-2 start. Junior Michaela Markham serving things up for the Conquerors. 8 aces coming into tonight's play. And the ace for Markham, whose sister, Sarah Markham, a former Conqueror, a TCA graduate, and her now fiancé, Trent Warren, also a Conqueror graduate, a former basketball and middle school baseball player here at Trinity Christian. They're going to get married next spring, April 22nd. And Hadley Dantzler with the tap down and the point, and the Conquerors lead 12-2. Checking on some potential audio difficulty. We had some earlier today. Hopefully everything is all right. That ball drops out of bounds. Conquerors lead 13-2. Here's Markham with the serve. The jump serve. It's a good low line drive, and a kill attempt is tipped out of bounds, and the Eagles get the point. So Episcopal trails 13-3, and they're going to try to start a comeback as we have a substitution that sends Olivia Wells onto the court. And now ready to serve is junior Ella Friends. And she, coming into tonight's play, has 10 aces on the season. Thank you to Coach Marks for allowing us access to her stats on Max Preps. Some coaches don't want that made public. Coach Marks, though, very gracious in letting us see those numbers and sharing them with you here tonight. Eagles get the point. It's 13-4. The Conquerors lead by 9. Ella Franz, 5'6" lefty with a good hard serve. King out of bounds, a little too strong at Episcopal, trying to mount a comeback early on. It's 13-5. And Franz ready, gets the whistle and a serve. That one just over the net, hit off the ceiling. Ariel Ross, that one would have dropped out of bounds. However, Steiger keeps the ball in play. And the Conquerors, no, that one is called a tip. That official's tower obstructs my view right there where the tip occurred, so the Eagles get the point. 14-5, Eagles on a nice little bit of a run. That one, though, into the net, and the Conquerors will take over, leading now 15-5. Well, Amaria King now ready to serve. We know what she does on the attack. King, 9 aces coming into tonight's play. And another nice play by Steiger. That one hits off an Episcopal player and hits the floor, so the Conquerors get the point. Now serving, King once again. Good low line drive, and this one kept off the floor. Good job by France coming up over from the side. Haney with the hit inside the line, and the Conquerors get the point. (16-6) in favor of Trinity Christian. And Amaria King with the serve. And a really nice hit over near the sideline by Celian Chesser. Point for the Eagles. It is 16-7. Episcopal has played 10 matches. They have won 12 total sets. They've lost 17. Conquerors in 9 matches have won 25 sets and lost only 5. They have really been terrific on the court. 16-7, Conquerors lead. That one into the net, puts the lead back up to double digits at 17-7. Substitution for the Conquerors. Alyssa Cruz checks in for Dantzler, and Cruz, one of our 2 seniors on the roster, will get ready to serve. Kill attempt blocked up front. Taylon Graham and Avery Haney, and a whistle with the ball in play. Illegal hit by the Eagles, and the Conquerors lead 18-7. And as you see over on the stage, as usual, the TCA student body coming into the gym and cheering on this terrific Conquerors team. 18-7. Conquerors with the lead. That ball hit the rafters on the Eagles' side, but stayed there, and eventually the Eagles get the point. Blocking the kill attempt is Emery Nelson, a junior, stands at 6-0, and she was able to knock that one back down onto the floor and get the Eagles the point. And a serve by Gracie Huey. Block attempt up front, however, that one into the net. Catherine Allman on the play. Timeout Episcopal. Coach Philippa Marks is assisted by Aaliyah Guvia, hopefully we said that correctly, Jenna Crump, and Mark Chesser. The stats coordinator for Episcopal is Mr. Mike Brazkowski. Let me try that again, Mike Brozowski, and of course the athletic director, Mr. Andy Kidd. 19-8, Conquerors lead. We are in set 1 for those of you just joining us. We're going to be here a while, and this one looks to be pretty exciting. So pull up a chair and join us here on TCA Conquerors Athletics. Junior varsity won earlier tonight. The Conquerors defeated Episcopal in 3 sets, 25-15. And then in set 2, a grueling back-and-forth match that Episcopal eventually won 25-20. Trinity Christian came back with a 15-11 set number 3. Both middle school matches won by the Episcopal Eagles. That includes the independent middle school conference matchup. 19-8 as we are ready to resume play. Ariel Ross with the serve to get us back underway. Here's King, a little bit too strong and just out of bounds and into the concession stand. Ariel Ross has 8 aces coming into tonight's play. Substitution will send number 10, Natalie Doamaral, the team captain, back to serve. And New Emerald with 4 aces entering play tonight. Taylor Graham with the kill attempt, but a great defensive play by Steiger and a point for the Eagles. And Episcopal in double digits, trying to mount a comeback. Conquerors lead 19-10. Natalie Doe Amaral, one of the seniors on the Eagles roster, stands at 5'6". Mainly a setter, but she's back there serving now. And this one into the net. And the Conquerors regain the serve and the point and a double-digit lead once again. Kelsey Flowers, who served the first point of the match, is back at the line for the Conquerors. And the junior get the jump serve. And a great play up front. If I saw that correctly, Emery Nelson looked like she was going to set. The Conquerors were ready for a kill attempt, but a fake and a tap over got the point for the Eagles in a terrific play. Blair Baldwin now serving, one of the seniors. 7 seniors on the Episcopal roster. Taylor Graham gets the ball over and onto the floor, and the Conquerors get the point and are 4 points away from taking set number 1. 21-11. Taylor Tiemann, the libero, back onto the court. Tiemann has 17 aces entering play tonight. And a third hit from the side, good from Baldwin. Block attempt, keeps the ball off the floor, and a dive in play. Blair Baldwin with the dig, keeping the ball alive. And from the side goes Adams. Set up for King. And a terrific defense by Steiger. For a moment, some of the players might have thought the ball was dead, but still alive. And the hit by Hadley Dantzler. Check that, Allie Haney, and the point for the Conquerors makes it 22-11. Tiemann with the serve. This one sent up front, but a little too far, and Amari King right there to kill. So the Conquerors lead 24-11 and need just one more point. Fans, let us know you're watching, especially if you're outside the Jacksonville area. Drop us a comment on the chat. I love saying hello to you. Taylor Tiemann trying to finish off set number 1. And that's a point for the Conquerors. And point number 24, I misread the scoreboard a few moments ago. So now the Conquerors are 1 point away. That was my mistake. Now, Tiemann a chance to end set number 1. Serve to the back of the court. And an illegal hit called against the Eagles. That is point number 25. So Trinity Christian wins set number 1, 25-11. We're going to take a timeout. And the players will be back onto the court. We'll be back in just a minute. And we're back at Trinity Gymnasium. The Conquerors won the first set 25-11. So Episcopal will try to even things up. I'm Ray Bureau, Dean Bureau, my son, ready to graduate from the University of North Florida in a couple more months. Dean has also done a lot of camera work for the UNF Ospreys on their ESPN Plus feed, so he has done a terrific job both here at Trinity Christian and at UNF and also Trinity Baptist College. While we have a moment, we'll take a look at some of the upcoming games for both the Eagles and the Conquerors. After tonight, Episcopal is at Bowles on Thursday the 15th, then home against Middleburg on Tuesday the 20th. They're going to have a tournament, so some unnamed opponents on the 23rd and the 24th before their next home game afterward against Providence in a district competition on Tuesday the 27th. After tonight, Trinity Christian is at a very tough team, Bartram Trail. Conquerors won last year, had to come back from a 2-0 deficit. They've already done that against Ridgeview this year. Conquerors are at Yulee on the 22nd, at Harvest Community on the 29th, and at Fleming Island on October 3rd. Only two more home matches against Nice on October 10th and Bishop Snyder on the 11th before ending the regular season at Fernandina Beach. We cannot yet say if we're going to do either of those home matches against Nice and Bishop Snyder October 10th and 11th. That's going to depend on a few things. I also work for the University of North Florida and Jacksonville University, as well as Trinity Baptist College. So as we get closer to those dates, we'll let you know whether or not we're able to stream those two dates. We're very glad to be here tonight. There just weren't many home games for the Conquerors volleyball this season. And a great block up front by Catherine Allman gets Episcopal the first point of the night, or the set rather, for the Eagles. 1-0 Conquerors lead, 1-0 Eagles lead here in set number 2. Conquerors won the first, 25-11. And serving once again for the Eagles, Natalie Doe Amaral. She came into tonight's play with 4 aces. 42 total points scored for Doe Amaral. Not sure what the delay is all about. One of the officials is talking with the scorers table, and now it looks like everything is in order. Could have been that starting lineup. But we're back underway with Episcopal leading 1-0 here in set 2. Allie Haney with the kill off the fingertips of Ellie Steiger, who's been terrific going down low so far. She's unable to get that one, and the Conquerors have tied it up 1-1. The gym is almost completely jam-packed. We're almost at standing room only. Taylor Tiemann with the serve. And a point for the Conquerors. In fact, this coming Sunday, I'm going to be doing the UNF versus Jacksonville University women's soccer in what those two schools call the River City Rumble in the Atlantic Sun Conference Division I. And the kill is good. That was Kate Adams going up high, getting a lot of power onto that shot and scoring the point for the Eagles. That's a conference game also between UNF and JU. Thought we had a little glitch. Hopefully everything is all right now. Things are going to happen when you're dealing with technology. Hopefully everything will work just right from now on. Good volley between both the Eagles and the Conquerors. And Amari King with the kill. And the Conquerors get the point. 3-2 Conquerors here in set number 2. Michaela Markham getting ready to serve for TCA. And Markham with the serve toward the back of the court. Steiger sends this one up front. Markham comes up from the back line after serving to make the defensive play. And King this time a little too much on top and into the net. And 3-3 is our score. Now serving Elle Steiger, the libero, a sophomore, stands at 5'6", and she has a lot of power on the serve. Steiger has 10 aces coming into tonight's play. And the third hit is good from Steiger. And we have ourselves an illegal hit by the Conquerors. And Episcopal has a 4-3 lead. Ellie Steiger ready with the serve to try to extend a current 1-point lead. And a little confusion up front, and then some contact not meant to happen. And the Conquerors take advantage of an unforced error and have tied the score at 4-4. And King serve into the net. And a tough break for the Conquerors. Episcopal gets the point and leads 5-4. Substitution for Episcopal. Ella France back on the court. She served up quite a few points in a row in the first set. And now trying to extend a 1-point lead. And King hits the net, drops out of bounds. And 6-4 in favor of the Conquerors. .6-4 is our score, and France with the serve. And that one tapped right back over to the Conquerors side. A kill attempt and a double team block, and a good one. Olivia Wells teamed up with Celine Chesser. It is 7-4. To the back, King sends this one up front and set up for Haney. That one hits off two defenders, and the ball kept in play. Wells with the return, but a little bit too strong. 7-5 the score. Conquerors get the point and the serve. Kelsey Flowers checks back in and heads back to the line. And again, those Conquerors student body fans in attendance on the stage, cheering their friends out there on the court. And that one is too strong and out of bounds. And the Conquerors are within one at 7-6. And Flowers gets the whistle and the serve. And that one is off Flowers and out of bounds. 8-6 Episcopal leads as we have a substitution. Emery Nelson back onto the court. Blair Baldwin checks out to make room, and heading back to serve, sophomore Lily Reed. And that one out of bounds, and a point for the Conquerors, who are back to within one at 8-7. Conquerors lead 1-0. They won the first set 25-11. Kill attempt just a little wide to the left and out of bounds. And the Conquerors have tied the score. Kill attempt, blocked by Graham. And the Conquerors have taken the lead at 9-8. Taylon Graham, an honor student, a junior here at Trinity Christian Academy. And a good low, hard serve results in the point for the Conquerors. That's Ariel Ross back there behind the line doing the serving. And a serve to the back of the court, sent back over the net. Here's Haney, Avery Haney, and the diving play by Lily Reed. However, that one goes out of bounds. It was tipped, and the Conquerors get the point, and Coach Marks calls a timeout with the score Trinity Christian 11, Episcopal 8. We'll be back in just a minute. Well, you heard Chris Parsons talking about the Believe Foundation. You can go to their Facebook page, the Believe Foundation Community, read all about the Parson family and how the Lord helped them through that terrible situation with Carolina, as you heard Chris talk about. And on that page, you'll also find information about how you can help with donations. They do have their table set up tonight, so those in attendance can purchase a t-shirt and other apparatus to help support the Believe Foundation. What a terrific cause that they do every year for childhood cancer awareness. And we thank the Lord that Carolina is doing so very well. She is a middle school student here at Trinity Christian Academy, and she is full of the Holy Spirit. 11-10, Conquerors lead. Haney is blocked up front. Catherine Allman did the block. The Conquerors were able to defend and keep the ball in play. Good long volley. And the point for the Conquerors. My view obstructed. I didn't see which player made the hit, but the Conquerors lead by 2. That officials tower, no matter where we set up, that's going to block some view that Dean and I have up here. Hopefully you're able to see that one for yourself. Meanwhile, Alyssa Cruz with the serve. And out of bounds, a point goes to the Conquerors. And Alyssa Cruz will get ready to try to extend the lead. One of 2 seniors, Maggie Gracie Alney, the other senior on this year's roster. That one off the net. Emery Nelson was able to hang with it after the ball changed direction slightly. King with the kill attempt, and the block, however, goes into the net. And the Conquerors get the point and lead by 4 at 14-10. Four-point lead for the Conquerors. Allman with the attempt. Conquerors keep it in play, and a double team block up front, but the ball lands out of bounds. (15-10). The Conquerors lead by 5. Ball tipped up at the net. Set up for King. The kill is inbounds, and the point for the Conquerors. It is 16-10. Amari over 1,000 kills, and this is a sophomore we're talking about. She was a varsity starter in 7th grade. That tells you all you need to know about Amaria King, who has national attention from a whole lot of Division I schools. Of course, nothing official until the second half of a junior year, but pretty much every volleyball coach in the country wants a good look at Amaria King and Ariel Ross. 17-10, the Conquerors lead, and Cruz serves a little too strong. And the ball heads over to the Believe Foundation table. 6-point Conquerors lead at 17-11. Now serving for the Eagles, Natalie Doe Amaral. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly also. She's a team captain. I'm guessing family members, maybe parents down front. Hey, we're glad you're here in attendance. And what a great rivalry these two teams have had over the years. District opponents, and that one goes to the Conquerors. 18-11 is the score. District opponents for as long as we can remember, and they always give us some excitement when they hook up. Taylor Tiemann ready to serve for the Conquerors. Good kill attempt defended by Tiemann, and Tiemann makes the underhanded return. Diving effort by Reed, but she misdirects the ball out of bounds, and the Conquerors have opened up an 19-11 lead. And Taylor Tiemann will now try to get the Conquerors to that very good total of 20. Kill attempt, hits off King, and a point for the Eagles. 19-12 the score, set number 2. Substitution for Episcopal sends Blair Baldwin back into the game and back to the line. Also coming in, Kaylin Chesser. 19-12 and a serve towards King at midcourt. This one set up for King, and she taps this one over. And a point for the Conquerors. Eagles look like they were getting ready to defend the kill, but King directed the ball toward the back, just out of reach, and a point for TCA, who leads by 8 at 20-12. And Michaela Markham back onto the court, ready to serve. And a tap over is out of bounds, and the Conquerors 4 points away from taking a commanding 2-0 lead in set play. And Michaela Markham will try to serve up those final 4 points. And Markham's serve goes into the net, so the point for Episcopal. And the Eagles lead now 21-13. Check that, Conquerors lead 21-13. A lot going on here. Steiger with the serve for Episcopal. And a great block up front. 2 Eagles team up. Chesser and Huey, and get the point for Episcopal. Seven-point Conquerors lead. Ellie Steiger ready to serve and try to pull her team a little bit closer. And a whistle. That's going to nullify the serve. I believe timeout was called. There is one official talking to the scorer's table. So no play. Remember, Bowls here at Trinity for varsity football Friday night. Audio broadcast on tcajax.mixlr.com. Joel Milligan, James Ivey, and I will start that broadcast at 7:15 and a kickoff at 7:30. Double hit violation called against the Conquerors. Eagles get the point. And it's 21-15, Conquerors lead. Steiger served up a couple of points, and again, trying to get the team even closer. That is Hadley Dantzler with the point, and the Conquerors 3 points away from winning set number 2. Hello to Conqueror graduate Brady Ellison. Howdy to you too, Brady. What a terrific left-handed pitcher, and the only way we wanted him to leave was by graduation. And Brady, you did a terrific job in the classroom and on the baseball field, especially last year, the ace of the Conqueror staff. I believe, if I remember correctly, Brady is going to pitch for Florida State College at Jacksonville. Brady, correct me if I got that wrong. That hit attempt out of bounds, and the Eagles pull to within 6 at 22-16. Ella France trying to pull Episcopal even closer. Eagles looking to mount a comeback and tie up the match at 1-1. 22-16, Conquerors lead. France waiting for the whistle, and there it comes. Good serve right towards Tiemann at midcourt. Here's Haney with the kill attempt. Ball still in play. The Conquerors get the point, but a great effort by Blair Baldwin on the dive. Trinity, though, able to score the point. 23-16 is the score. Kelsey Flowers back in, back at the line for TCA. Batted up into the air. Haney with the hit, but a little too strong and out of bounds. (23-17), Episcopal trying to pull close. They were trailing close to 10 not too long ago. They've cut it down to 6. They've gotten as close as 5. That one is inbounds. That is Avery Haney. And the Conquerors have 24. Need one more to take set number 2. (24-17). Ariel Ross checks in for Maggie Gracialny. And Ross will serve the potential set point. Here's Ross to the back of the court. Sent up front by Steiger. And a tap. Ross comes up from the backcourt to make the play. Haney's kill is blocked, and a really good play by Olivia Wells. She stands at 5'10", one of the 7 Eagles seniors. 24-18, and now serving senior Grace Huey. Haney's hit is too strong and out of bounds. Scoreboard says 24-18. My count is 19. So it's a 5-point Conquerors lead. And a good play by the Conquerors, but then an illegal hit gives the point to Episcopal. Should be 24-20. Scoreboard, I believe, is 1 point behind. Huey with the serve. Taylor Graham with the set winning point for the Conquerors, and they win number 2 by a score of 25-20. So the Conquerors lead 2-0 and will have a chance to sweep the match tonight. Episcopal looking to get on the board and extend this one to at least the 4th. 3-minute timeout. We'll be back here at Trinity Gymnasium in just a little bit. Set number 3 getting ready to begin in about 45 seconds. The Conquerors lead 2-0 by scores of 25-11 and 25-0. And the Eagles are playing without one of their team leaders, senior Reese Edwards, who wears number 17. Unfortunately, she is out injured with a knee injury, and Coach Mark says it may be a while before she comes back. Hopefully, especially as a senior, she'll be able to play again. We do not want anyone to end a season with injury, especially that final season. Good news, though, Reese Edwards is already committed to play varsity volleyball at Florida Atlantic University. That's a big-time program here in South Florida, so congratulations to Reese Edwards. Again, we really hope you'll be able to play some varsity volleyball as a senior at Episcopal this year. Conquerors looking now to sweep the match in 3. Kelsey Flowers will serve as we get back underway. JV defeated Episcopal in 3, 25-15, 20-25, and 15-11. Set number 3 on the varsity match is now underway. And blocked up front by Taylon Graham with a little bit of help from Allie Haney, and the Conquerors are on the board first. One 0 Trinity Christian with Flowers now serving, looking to extend this 1-0 lead. And that is Taylon Graham with the tap, and the Conquerors lead 2-0. Flowers gets the whistle, and a 2-0 lead with the serve. And King, that one was just let up for her, and she knew what to do with it. And the lead is now 3-0. I see the Trinity Baptist College women's basketball team getting ready for a workout. 2019 and 2021 National Bible College Invitational Champions. And in 2019, NCCAA National Tournament participants as well. Conquerors lead 3-1. Now getting ready to serve will be Blair Baldwin. Blair is also one of the seniors. Olivia Wells, Blair Baldwin, Addison Nunley, Natalie Doe Amaral, Grace Huey, Reese Edwards, and Kate Adams enjoying their final season at Episcopal and their final year in the classroom as well. Congratulations to all the seniors out there on the court. 3-2 Conquerors lead. Now trying to tie this one up is Blair Baldwin. King with the kill attempt, but out of bounds, and we're tied 3-3. Baldwin now looking to put her team out in front. It looked like Tiemann may have injured an ankle with the ball in play. She is hopping on one foot, but now she looks like she's all right. And King blocked, and the point. Catherine Allman knew what to do with that one off the arms of Amari King, and Allman gets the point, giving her team the lead at 4-3. And Baldwin backcourt. Tiemann able to send this one up front. This is Haney, blocked again by Allman. Kill attempt out of bounds. Selmer got a little bit underneath. And we're tied 4-4. Chloe Selmer, a junior on the Eagles. And Tiemann a moment ago looked like she might have twisted an ankle. She was hopping around for a few moments, but she looks okay now. And Hadley Dantzler doing one of her specialties up front, finding open floor and just tapping the ball down gently and getting the point for the Conquerors. And TCA leads 5-4. And now Tiemann looking to extend a 1-point lead. This one dug off the court by Steiger. Haney has to redirect her shot. And from this angle, it looked a little bit long. Coach Marks pleading her case. Conquerors get the call, and it's 6-4. And Steiger makes a terrific play. That ball might have hit just inside the line. King again is blocked up front. Question is, where did the ball land? And it landed inbounds. And another terrific play by Catherine Almond. Especially here in the early part of set number 3. She's been all over the front court and making terrific plays. Kelsey Flowers sends it up to King. And out of bounds. And Episcopal has tied the score at 6. Ellie Steiger now trying to put her team back out in front. Ross able to keep that one alive, and a good hit by Haney, and that one hits the ceiling. There's that curtain rod that came down into play once again. That rod extends a few feet below the rafters, and that one knocked the ball down. That might have been a different result. 7-6 in favor of the Conquerors. Markham goes down low, but unable to take the tap, and Kate Adams scores the point for the Eagles. Back and forth here in the early part of set number 3, and we're tied 7-7. Substitution for Episcopal sends Kaylin Chesser onto the court. Kate Adams will head off. And back on to serve is Ella France, and making room for her is Natalie Diamaral, who heads off to the sideline. That serve wide to the right, and the Conquerors regain the lead at 8-7. Amaria King back at the line for TCA. 89.3 success rate on her serve percentage. And that's King going low, and a whistle with the ball still in play. Illegal hit violation called against the Conquerors, and we're tied at 8. Another substitution for Episcopal. Baldwin heads off, and coming in to serve will be sophomore Lily Reed. And Reed with the low jump serve, and a good play by Haney. Haney tries to get the kill. However, that's Grace Huey right there in the way to knock it down onto the court. And Episcopal has regained the lead. We've been going back and forth since we started set number 3. Not sure what the delay is all about. It looks like a call has been overturned, and the Conquerors are going to get the serve. And the point, giving the Conquerors a 9-8 lead. I missed what the call was all about and what the overturn was for. But here's Alyssa Cruz with the serve. Well, Coach Marks is the one who gave the ball over to the Conquerors. And no argument from Coach Marks. The Conquerors get the point as that ball was out of bounds. So 10-8. And Trinity leads by 2 and leads in set play 2-0. And Cruz's serve into the net, pulling the Eagles to within 1 at 10-9. Now serving Grace Huey. And that one hit by Avery Haney. Deflection and a point for the Conquerors. It is now 11-9. Conquerors lead 2-0 in set play. Scores are 25-11 and 25-20. Ariel Ross with the serve. And a great diving play by France coming up from the back line. France again right there, but unfortunately that one out of the reach of Allman, and the Conquerors get the point and lead 12-9. Ariel Ross now with the serve. Hit number 3, good by Reed. Set up for Taylon Graham, but another block up front. Almond and Emery Nelson. And again, Catherine Allman has played that front line about as well as anyone can play it. 13-9 Conquerors lead. That ball came down on the wrong side of the court. In bounds, and Allman once again getting the point, this time for the Eagles. So a couple of things that I've missed in the last couple of minutes. The Conquerors lead 13-9 as Episcopal is ready to serve. That is Natalie Doemerol. That's Taylon Graham with the kill and the point for the Conquerors. Taylon Graham had 16 kills as we started play tonight. She's picked up a few. And the Conquerors lead 14-9 in set number 3. Kelsey Flowers ready to serve and try to extend a current 14-10 lead. Scoreboard now readjusted. It's 14-10. King with the kill and the point for the Conquerors. In case you're hearing some popping, those are some of the balloons we have as we're at Gold Night here at Trinity Gymnasium. Some of those balloons didn't quite make it through the night. Kelsey Flowers, there goes another one, and Flowers serves with the Conquerors leading 15-10. Deflected and a dive by Tiemann, but kill right up front. And the Eagles get the point, and they're within 4 at 15-11. Blair Baldwin will now serve for Episcopal. That last hit by Kate Adams to score that point for Episcopal. And a whistle. I believe the call was a Conqueror player in the net. That's an automatic point, and Episcopal is within 3. And Baldwin ready to try to cut that down to 2. And King with a tap, and the tap finds the hardwood, and the Conquerors get the point. 16-12. And anytime Amaria King goes up, look out because she can really pound one. That time she saw an open spot right past the net, found it, and got the point. Taylor Tiemann ready to serve with the Conquerors leading 16-12. And the ace for Tiemann makes it a 5-point lead. Tiemann came in with 17, and she's picked up a couple of those. That one right there made it a 17-12 lead. Maggie Gracialny substitutes in for Hadley Dantzler. And here's Tiemann's serve. And a whistle with the ball still in flight. 4 hits by the Eagles. And the Conquerors have opened up a 6-point lead at 18-12. And Tiemann trying to extend this 6-point lead, and the ace makes it a 7-point Conquerors lead. Remember to go to Facebook, look up Believe Foundation, and read all about childhood cancer awareness that the Parson family does all year, every year. Chris Parson is a landscaper in addition to being a TCA groundskeeper. He does a phenomenal job, and he'll use the proceeds from his personal landscaping business to aid the Believe Foundation. So if you need some new sod or any kind of landscaping done, contact the Believe Foundation and Chris Parsons. He and his son Michael, they do a phenomenal job. They've done my yard a few years ago, and that yard is still looking terrific. 20-12, Conquerors lead. And that one off the hands of Adams and onto the ground, and the Conquerors are 4 points away from winning the match in straight sets. Taylor Tiemann has had a nice little run and trying to extend it 4 more points. That one is inbounds on a perfectly placed ball by Chloe Selmer. 5'6" junior outside hitter. 21-13, Conquerors lead, and now serving the libero, Ellie Steiger. That is Haney, but out of bounds, and 1 point closer go the Eagles. Steiger trying to cut a little bit further into the deficit. King with a nice sidearm delivery to keep the ball alive. And a point for the Eagles. That one deflected off Ross. It is 21-15. The Eagles have now scored 4 in a row. And Steiger with the serve, but that one is out of bounds past the baseline, and the Conquerors need just 3 more points. 22-15 is our score. Junior Darcy Cruz makes her way onto the court and heads back to serve. Cruz has 5 aces so far this season. And that's Cruz setting it up for Ross. The kill attempt, very well defended, but a whistle. And trying to see what the call is all about. It's going to be Eagles ball, or check that, Conquerors ball. One of the Eagles made an illegal play, so 2 points away are the Conquerors from winning the match. And an Eagles player reached over the net for that one, and now Trinity Christian needs just 1 more point. And Darcy Cruz will try to finish this off right here and now. Cruz ready with the serve to the back of the court. Baldwin with a good hit. Cruz with a one-handed save, and King's kill attempt is out of bounds. Episcopal still alive, but they will need to score at least 8 in a row to keep this one going. Conquerors lead 24-16. Ella France will get ready to serve. And France with a good serve to the back of the court. Tiemann knocks it up in the air. That's Gracie Alney with the return. This one's set up. And that's in the net. And that is point number 25. And that's the ball game. Final score, Trinity Christian wins 3-0 by set scores of 25-11, 25-20, and 25-16. A total team effort. The Conquerors now go to 10-0 on the season, 1-1 in district competition. Episcopal now 5-6, or check that, Conquerors 1 win, no losses in district play. And the Eagles now 5-6 on the season and 0-1 in 3A District 2. That's going to do it for us here tonight. We thank everybody for joining us in the gymnasium and online on YouTube, TCA Conquerors Athletics. For Dean Bureau, my son and our cameraman, head coach Emma Roberson, and principal of Trinity Christian Academy, Dr. Robert Kinder Sr., I'm Ray Sports Bureau saying good night and God bless.